I'm like, okay.
Recording in progress.
Well, if that happens again, and if you're having issues, just email me and ask me to send you the PDFs. And because
Oh, will that make a difference?
well, I'll just email you
You know, we,
PDFs as
it'll come right.
the last work meeting we did, and there was no changes
So anyway,
requested from
we're-
that last work meeting. They're all exactly the same.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Because
Because
I didn't remember there being changes.
Do we have,
But we
I
have to
just-
have.
well, let's see.
But I-
Okay, what I'm just saying,
See on the menu?
no,
We had
I don't
two
know.
work meetings.
What I'm
First
saying
work
is,
meeting
the Erickson property has a jump
How goes it?
right next to the side.
Can't complain.
with two and
Got done with back to school
or
night.
something, and then we jumped.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to bug him about that.
Time, isn't it?
That side's a little.
It's on a hook, sidewalk.
It is, it's hard to,
And
I don't necessarily see what you see.
Well, that's in bring nice. So true. So I carefully parked and it said reserved for city
manual.
planning.
Okay.
Shall I go repark? No.
It
You
is.
take my,
Hey,
you take whatever.
At your house and my house too.
How are you? What you up to?
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You do, yeah.
The important phraseology says.
That's what Sally said.
Couple questions. We came with you.
Agenda, there's 6 separate. So is this one where we approve each one?
So,
Each city, or all, or
You can do one.
But yeah.
This
Now, Ron needs to do something.
Not that I'm aware of. If Sally Smith is there, she will.
I just want to make sure that was cool.
Absolutely the only one to.
You can do it either way.
It's in Rigby.
Thank you. Hi, Jim.
We did, used to.
How are you?
Stuff in all at once.
Hear from a few people, so
I can do
if
that.
that's the case, we'll
Just
put
say,
you into the, where the cameras will
I'll
look at
tell you,
you.
that's the city's responsibility. Well, it seems like there needs to be something there from the initial construction to help.
In the commission.
Doesn't seem like it's constructing quite. Thank you.
You have somebody.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's already doing one item.
Not on your. Not.
Sally's the only one I'm not.
Okay, I guess we're gonna, you better get you some Band-Aids and soak your hands in something that'll toughen them up a little. That's true.
Senior for ages, bud.
Start soccer. So start asking.
Usual.
Tell
I
everybody.
mainly gotta get 2 rounds of golf. The way I score.
Normally I send out a reminder, but it's kind of been
And once a year when we have this.
We get out. Maybe you guys want to build on he runs the.
As they do that.
Briggs is the huntsman. On some springs.
There's two of them.
I think you're right.
So it's just temporary. I guess.
sitting in the chair.
It wasn't here, this one. Oh, so you'll just ask for, when you get to this spot right here, you'll just ask if anybody's for it.
Well, they could,
So when you say your name.
take it away, but then you have to just land that. Oh, so I sent them a letter about 4 years ago, and I said, that's fine, I'm happy to come and get it done. And they said, yeah, you can look at it.
Part of the Ramos from old assistant. The rest of the games. Teton was already back in the 79.
Oh, we got Sally. Oh, yeah, we're good. So, okay, we
Feels
can
like it
start
might be
then. Yeah. All right, 6:30, so we'll begin this meeting tonight. We have Sally and Aaron with us online, looks like, so, and I think we've got enough commissioners to begin, so welcome. Those of you who are here from the community, appreciate you being here and your interest in the proceedings tonight. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Jim Lawrence will lead that for us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item tonight is some business from Mayor Merrill. Do you want to take the stand?
All right, thank you very much. I'm here to conduct some business, of which we have the conductees, I don't know what you call them, the participants are not here. So we'll just go ahead and do it anyway. So I'm here to report that both Vanessa Johnson and McKay Francis have been ratified by by the city council and by the county commission. McKay, of course, was appointed by the county commission. So they've both been ratified and have both accepted the opportunity to serve a second term. So we appreciate them and their service, and as long as they're not here, then I will go ahead and take this opportunity to thank all of you for your service. We appreciate you being here on a regular basis and all that you do to help us in the development of Rexburg and sometimes make the hard decisions that have to be made on this board. So thank you. We appreciate you all. And I guess you probably all know that there's 2 seats open on the city council. Not that I'm pushing in any direction, but if there's any interest there, we're entertaining applicants for that position as well. So anyway, thank you all very much. We appreciate you all.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, roll call.
Randall Kempton,
Here.
Sally Smith is online.
Sally, can you hear us?
Yes, now I can hear you. Thank you.
Aaron Richards. He was online.
Oh, okay.
Jim Lawrence.
Here.
Bruce Casper.
Here.
McKay Francis. Vanessa Johnson. Brian Thackeray.
Here.
Vern Muir.
Here.
Dan Hanna. Tammy Geddes.
Here.
Okay,
And I'm here now.
Thank you. All right, we need to approve the planning and zoning minutes from the June 5th meeting. It's a long time ago since we've seen each other, I guess. So is there any motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the June 5th meeting.
Motion by Jim Lawrence and seconded by Bruce Casper. And any discussion of the motion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? And any abstentions? I'll abstain. Okay, our first item tonight then is a public hearing about the Summerfield Meeting House conditional use permit located at approximately 2355 Summerfield Lane. And this application will allow a religious worship and meeting house in an LDR2 zone. And is our applicant here to make a presentation on that?
He is here, but he just wants me to present, and then if you have questions, he's here to answer those
Okay.
for you.
We'll let you go ahead with that then, Alan.
Okay, my map didn't pull up correctly, so we gotta get the correct one. You guys have copies of where it's at in the application. I just wanted to show it on here so you could also see it. Okay, this property is located in the Summerfield subdivision. It is the lot highlighted there by the roundabout. The church has applied to put a meeting house there, and to do so, they have to request and have granted a conditional use permit for that to be allowed in a residential zone. So they have petitioned us to do that, and we have reviewed it. We believe this fits the situation in a good location, especially because it keeps traffic off of our public roads and keeps it centered in there, and it supports the people within that area. So the staff recommends it to you guys for recommending for approval to City Council.
Okay.
Any questions?
Any questions for staff? Okay. I thought I had this pulled up, but now I've got to find it again. There we go. Okay. All right. Good. Having said that, we will now have a public hearing about this proposal. If you have a comment that you'd like to make, we'll ask you to come up to the podium here, state your name, your address, and you'll have 3 minutes to comment. And we'll ask you to just focus on the facts and speak directly to us. And we'll first hear from those who are we using the central podium here then? Is this is the one we need to use? Either one? Oh, so you're fine, right? We are. Yeah. Okay. So we'll first hear from those who are in favor of the proposal, and then those who are neutral, finally those who are against the proposal. So it looks like we have our first, I assume in favor.
Francis Hepler at 2372 Summerfield Lane, right across from the proposed area, and I am for it. Everybody that is directly across also is for it. We feel that it will be so much better than weeds, and we're delighted to have such a fine thing being built and not a huge skyscraper or one of the townhouses. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm Sandra Kramer, and I live at 692 South, 2100 West, which is basically right on the corner of Summerfield Lane. And I, too, am very much in favor of this. We're excited about it, and being able to walk to church instead of driving should cut down on traffic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So this is back in. This is the big green is the field, and the church house is the one just up there on the corner.
The one that's highlighted.
No. I need some bearings.
Okay.
I'm talking about, that's a church house right there, is it?
This is
Right
an
there.
existing one.
Okay, and so the road goes in, okay, gotcha.
It comes in. and
I was-
goes to here.
Wondered about the roundabout, I was,
Yeah.
okay,
Here's the high school, the Burton
Yeah.
Elementary. Help you orient
Yeah.
for that.
Okay. Good. In addition to any more speakers in favor of the proposal? There are 3 items of written testimony that we typically read into the record. It's typically what we've done, but is that,
Did you get a chance to review them, everybody?
has everybody reviewed them?
As long as everybody's had the chance to review them, they don't need to be read.
We don't need to read them then, okay? Okay,
Yes.
and all 3 were in favor of the proposal, so we will not need to read those then. Is anybody who is neutral to the proposal? And seeing none, anyone who is against the proposal would like to speak? Okay. Seeing none then, we'll close the public hearing and we will continue then to the commission for discussion or questions for staff about the proposal. So beginning with.
I understand where it's at now.
Okay.
The roundabout, I know where the roundabouts are, but I wasn't sure that one in that city. And so when you said right by the roundabout,
Okay.
I understand now. Good location.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a great location for this, good use of this land, and it will help the community there as well. So it's a good use.
Other comments or questions? Discussion? I had a question. I mean, this is probably not a big point, but it's interesting as I read through the materials and saw that it was intended to be used by 300 people at once. When they get more wards than one, that's typically more than 300 people that are in that building, if that holds true. But at least it sure can be so. But that was just kind of funny to me. Okay. Is there any?
Can I ask, is it, so it's intended at the present for one ward? Where do they meet now, the wards that will be there?
I'm not sure where the current residents
Right there, they
meet.
can tell you.
Half-mile away, up 12th, building up on 12th.
Almost to Mother Hibbard's.
Right here?
Right there, yeah.
Okay.
That's the current.
We're spoiled in this town because we don't have to drive miles
Yes.
on Sunday.
We wanted, Randall, before you guys move to a vote, have Katie do another roll call where Dan come in just a bit late so we can get him on the record.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, we want to just make sure you're recognized.
Tammy, you're on.
So you asked the wards, that's the one stake building. There's 10 wards, but only 4 wards fit in that one. So the other 6 actually go to 6 different buildings that are out much farther. So this particular building will be able to house 4 more for that particular stake, making at least 8 wards within the boundaries of the stake, where the others are out at other stake buildings. So just an FYI.
Thank you, Tim. Let's go ahead and get that roll call taken care of, please.
Dan Hannan.
Present.
Thank you. Okay. All right, any further comment or proposal for or motion, I should say a motion for a vote?
I'll make a motion. Not a motion, a motion. That we approve the Summerfield Meeting House at 2355 Summerfield Lane to be housed in an LDR 2 zone.
We approve this conditional use permit.
Recommend, approve that we recommend, okay.
I recommend.
We recommend the approval to city council of this meeting house. Okay, thank you.
Get the conditional use permit in the
I'll second the recommendation.
Okay. Great, so let's just restate that then. So we're recommending that city council approve the conditional use permit for this meeting house at this location. Excellent, okay. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion of the motion?
Was the second made by Dan?
Second was made by Dan, yes. Great, all in favor then?
Aye.
And any opposed? And Sally, I don't think we heard your vote.
In the yay,
Okay,
in favor.
all right. Thank you, that motion passes then.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
that brings us to our second item, which is, I can find my paperwork. Okay, those are all for the first thing. All right, this is a discussion of the ordinance amendments to the development code, proposed updates to the development code, and we will ask, again, first presentation from Alan.
I haven't got it pulled up. I'm sure every one of you have read this, had a chance to go through it. This is the development code that we've been going over for probably the last, well, as staff, we've been going over it for the last year and a half. But it was presented twice to a work meeting for city council and for planning and zoning to review. The changes that were requested have been put back in that. No other changes have been made other than the ones you guys requested. So at this point, I would open it up for questions if you have any particular areas of
It says
concern.
proposed updates, didn't you do it? We did it right before, did we not?
Well, those were just work meetings. This is to approve
Prove
them.
that, what's been going on for a year and a half.
We've been working on it a year and a half to get it prepared to bring to you guys.
So there's nothing changing in the change.
No.
Okay.
The only changes that we done was after we brought it to the work meetings, we adjusted for what you guys requested us to do. Yes.
Okay. I do have a question about number 2. And by the way, these are this process will be we'll have the public comment all as one in one block, one public hearing. But then it's broken up into 6 sections that we can discuss. If there's any particular section that we don't feel good about, we can pass the rest through or vote to recommend that the rest pass through and then hold one back. So, and my question was about an item in the daycare, number 2. I downloaded these on purpose last night so this wouldn't happen to me, and yet it's trying to find them again, and it's being very slow. But it has to do with the fact that large daycares, commercial daycare centers, are allowed with conditional use permit in the high-density residential. The smallest ones, family daycares, are allowed by permitted, just period permitted. And then the mid-sized daycares are not permitted in those high residential zones. What was the reasoning behind that?
The reasoning behind that is when you get into an apartment complex, it gets very difficult to have a daycare in a small apartment. So we wanted that to be an area where if a complex wants to come in and set aside a facility, then they can set it aside, set up a daycare, be able to take care of them in a manner that will work. So that was the reasons why we didn't do the middle one, is it just did not fit within that.
Okay.
Now, it does not stop a person from coming in and saying, I want to babysit the neighbor's kids, 1 or 2, stuff like that. But when they start getting into those ranges that are by state statute regulated, that's where our code steps in to help at that point.
Okay.
We also didn't want the higher numbers out in the lower density residential. So that's the reasons for those changes.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Any other questions for staff before we open the public hearing? Okay. We will then open public hearing on these ordinance amendments. And again, same rules as last time. First hear from those in favor, then those neutral, and then those opposed. So we'll begin with anyone who might be in favor of the proposals. And seeing none. Anyone neutral? And seeing none, anyone opposed? This concludes a very exciting public hearing on these ordinance amendments. So is there anybody who needs to excuse themselves because of a conflict of interest on these ordinances? Okay.
So we are approving the final draft, correct?
Right, yeah.
that you've worked on for that time.
Recommending to city council.
Recommended, yes.
Recommending final approval.
That final draft that you've been going through all the meetings and things, okay.
Right. Great. Okay, discussion from commissioners about, and again, we can, you can highlight just any particular section that you have concerns about. Or we can make a motion that excludes those if we need to, or we can make a motion on the whole ordinance, the whole set of ordinances.
For me, reading through them, it's a lot to read through, and so I may have missed things, but for what I saw, everything looked good and looked according to what we had discussed, and I'm happy with the changes.
I went to several of those meetings where we discussed all of it, and I think that any objections people were having on either the commission or city council have been addressed. So I think they're ready to go into effect.
I've been to those meetings as well, and I kind of feel like we've worked through what needs to be worked through at this time, so as far as I'm concerned, so. Good. Any other discussion?
I totally agree. We've gone through it all several times and made those changes. I think it's ready to go.
Okay.
How old was the old proposal that we updated to this proposal now?
That's kind of a tricky question.
I don't mean it to be.
I know. The reason is there are parts that have been changed throughout the code at different times.
At different times, okay.
Yeah, so some of this is an
complete
update.
overhaul.
No, just this is another, we're taking sections that have problems and trying to clean them up so that it goes that way. To do what you're talking about, a complete revamp, it's an omnibus where you come in, rewrite the whole code, and then you have to adopt the whole code. At this point, you're just changing items within the code.
That was highlighted and we went
Correct.
through and went over, okay.
Correct.
This won't be the last one?
Nope. We already got 2 or 3 behind it.
Okay.
Yes. Good question, though.
You ready for a motion? Ready for a motion. I'll make a motion that we recommend to city council that they approve these changes to the development code, these amendments. Based on the fact that through the work meetings and the discussions that we had previously that our concerns have been addressed, and that it makes the language more clear and concise and addresses the issues that we had concerns about in the past.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion seconded by Mr. Thackeray. And is there any discussion of the motion itself? All right, then we'll ask for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? All right. Thank you. That motion carries as well. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to be aware of? Next meeting, September 4th. It says no meeting, is that, or no heads up?
Currently, we do not have anything, but there is potential for a plat.
Okay.
We have 1 or 2 plats that could be coming that way, so that would be the next possibility for you. We are working on, again, some development code changes, mostly in the form base, the next round. We have had a couple of people start projects in there, and it's created some questions for us of, did we do it right? Do we need to make some adjustments? So we're going back through that code to see if we can do it better. And then it will also create it in a position where we can also put it into the online rather than a PDF form. They can look it up, search it, do what they need to get into that. So that's our next goal there.
I do have some question, or maybe it's a concern. I don't know if it's addressable, but I'm still trying to load actually the paperwork from. I mean, I looked at it last night and the last couple of days to be prepared for this, but in the meeting I can't pull up any of these documents. They load so slowly that it's, the meeting's over and I still can't see them, so. Is
Well-
that something that can be addressed from a technical standpoint, or
us-
am I doing
let us
something wrong
talk
on my
to-
machine, or?
Yeah, let us talk to IT and see if there's a reason why it's slower in here. I know I couldn't get into it either,
Yeah,
and so they're doing some updates in the system also, so that may be causing some of it.
I got on it on my phone, no problem, so I don't know if it's a
So
network
it's the
issue.
city issue, okay?
well, partially here, that's the first little bit of it, and then, cause this, and then,
Does it give you the little pictures?
yeah,
You
it
get
gets
a
the
whole bunch of
yeah,
little pictures.
Yeah, I get,
Yeah.
and if I, tried to switch over to any other ones, anyway, I tried to actually load it up last night because I knew that was a problem, and it's still, I had it all in a window, everything open, and then, anyway.
You probably need to download the documents onto your file.
I'm gonna have to, I directly
Yeah.
download it onto the machine, apparently, I don't know.
And that's typically how we work on them. Once we get into it, we'll download the file, so we have it on there instead of trying to look at it through Lazyfish.
Actually did download the PDF of the 50-page staff report on
Okay.
on the meeting house, because I
Okay.
thought there's no way. So I actually did download that one, but the other ones were short enough, I thought, oh, they'll pull up, but they didn't, so.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And this is on this Wi-Fi here that you're using, it's not pulling up,
I think so, yeah.
so you don't have, you're not using a hotspot, or you're not using.
No, I'm not hotspotting my phone or anything. Let's see.
You're
just
on the Get
Wi-Fi.
Rexburg guest.
Not connected. Oh, wait, there's the Wi-Fi right there. City guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it ask you for the password?
No, just it's a known network and it just automatically connects.
You should have a password to get into it, if I remember right.
If he's already connected once, it's probably saved.
It's
on
just
his
saved.
device.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
I know the first time connecting, you have to use a password.
Yeah, it's so far every week or every time I come in, it connects automatically. So.
Okay, good.
Which I appreciate, but I
We'll,
just.
we'll visit with IT and see if there's an issue, or if not, what are we doing wrong that we're not getting that info?
Yeah, if there's another way I can
Because we want
access
it available to you, especially during this time.
We do have a new fiber network in the area.
We do. We do.
They just put a box in my front yard, so.
Well, it could be, of course, there's that, but then there's if the Wi-Fi here is, in other words, it may be
Yeah.
coming to the city fast, but if
Yeah.
it's coming slowly, the Wi-Fi isn't communicating quickly enough, I don't know.
Get a hardline connection.
Okay. Well, unless there are other complaints or entertaining motions or motions to entertain, this meeting's adjourned.
I got your message.
Spencer, I have a question.
Doctor's appointments and all that stuff next week.
You know what, so that particular trip,
Are we gonna work for him too?
Yeah, I take turns.